Okay, I read the title. This is it? Big bro versus little bro. Man, everyone is so supportive of Finral. I got my notebook. I'm ready. Yeah. Buha and Vanessa is the best. They're really close together. Yeah. Finral is probably my favorite Black Bulls character, other than Asta and Noel, obviously. Yeah. God, I'm so hyped. I need this episode to be good. I had to go back and catch up on the details on what exactly was the backstory. Oh, he's watching. He's watching. He's definitely watching. Never mind. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
兄さんが僕に勝てるわけないのに。ランギリス、仲間と出会って俺は変わったんだ。勝つのは俺たちだ。兄さんのくせに。
No need to fight with words, Finral. Defeat him with your powers. Completely forgot that it's a 3-on-3. I completely forgot about that. How will this begin? Okay. Sweet. Oh, that is sick, dude. That confident. Jeez, to hear that from your parents. I never thought about nobles having this burden that's put on them, that you are supposed to be good because you're from this noble house. It's like a flip side to those who are born with so much mana expectation. So in that way, Finral is very important as a voice of the nobles and their struggles. Someone who's ousted. This is new. This is new. Whoa. Which king are we talking about? The royalty, right? Confusion. Did they not clarify it? She got confused. Of course, it makes no sense, right? The younger brother is so much younger than you. Obviously, Langris is not going to be able to swallow. I wonder how much is Langris to blame and how much the parents. Because if you are brought up like that you are superior to your brother and you're a noble and all that, it's going to go to your head. I would blame the parents first. Yeah. Come on, Finral. Okay. I was talking about that. something like that.
空間魔法を消し去るなんて
Yeah, physics just goes belly up. You got resolve. Experience of fights.
面食らってるぞ
Okay, so
ハモンさん敵チームのクリスタルは
at least he can counter it.
よく見つけましたよあの塔の奥です
It's also interesting that nobles who have a lot of power, I mean, who are powerful to begin with,
まずいぞ
might get incompetent with their abilities. Just the one trick pony. I'm assuming. Because they often do not meet resistance. So they don't. Some of them might not level up.
入りましたね
Oh. Oh shit. Oh, come on. Come on.
強制的に眠らせます
Oh shit, it's a
もう
hypnotic
私を
spell.
まともに攻撃するのは不可能です
It's a direct counter to you.
姉上の修行に比べれば
Leopold. Keep forgetting his name.
足りませんのおお頼もしいぞハモン
They could do a mana skin, right? She looks very similar to that one character, right? With the shirtless guy in the previous arc.
これは
俺は
Did you not check on their abilities?
マナスケ
Yeah, there we go.
炎魔法ラテンホムラ
長くは持ちませんランギルスさん
攻めと守りの空間魔法の応酬
You can do some very crazy things.
あれがフィーネスの言い名付けの
Oh, right, this guy. His uncle.
僕の魔法の天敵になるとはね僕ら
Yeah.
のクリスタルが壊れるまで新しい魔法を使わせてもらう
A concentrated beam of spatial
不発ってるこが俺に当たるかよ
tracking beam. A pocket dimension. What? Black hole?
敵魔法者
It's like a concentrated sphere of portals. What is this?
打天使の羽ばたき敵を追尾し触れた瞬間強制的に別の場所に移動させるいつも使っている空間魔法の応用版さ
Okay.
この魔法なら敵を傷つけることなく確実に戦い
That
から
is
排除で
so
きる
good. That is such a useful ability.
でもあの人どこ
He
に行っちゃ
really
ったん
needs
でし
to
ょう
go along with the team.
引っ込んじまったじゃねえか殺していい
Finral, come on, man. You can't be that cruel. Oh shit. Oh god, that was good.
俺はお前を傷つけたくない
What do you have, Lang? And what is that static
この
that
魔
keeps
法
on
で解
coming?
消してもらう
Oh, it's this guy.
誰の心配をしているいちいち勘に触る兄さんだまさかとっておきの魔法が似てるなんてね僕に
Whoa, 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 orchestra.
魔法を使わせやがって
Dude, the music.
このマナは
No words, you know?
何やら今
What is it? It looks like the light ones, right?
終わりだ兄さん
The flashes, they look like the leader's abilities. Yeah, 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 yeah.
まるでいやあいつはランギルスだ俺の
The
弟
music is amazing,
お前は嫌
dude.
がってるだろうけど似てるよな母親は違うけどやっぱり
Oh, mothers are
ちょっ
different.
とも兄らしいとこ見せたことなかったけど
I forgot about that. Pass by in the town.
できなかったランギルスお前がどう思っていようとお前は俺の弟だ
Can't help caring for.
ランギルスやめるんだこのままじゃお前じゃなくなる気がする
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about how he got his
僕の何が
abilities.
わかるって言うんだ俺がお前を止めな
Animation is going crazy. What happens? I'm sorry, what the fuck?
G チームの勝利です
What the fuck? Dude, what the
そうだ
fuck?
あんたが僕に勝てることなんてないんだ
Oh my god, this is why.
ランギルス坊ちゃまは
Can't sway everyone, right? Outside your family at least. Because Finral is out there. He's interacting with people who will say good things about him.
兄ちゃんと遊びに行こうぜ。近くの町でお祭りやってんだ。なんで僕にも優しく。やめろ。
ランギルスを見習え。
ランギルスちゃんはすごいわね。
僕の方が優秀だから。父さんと母さんは
Fucking
僕に優し
parents,
く
I knew it.
あいつに全部勝たなきゃ。
Different kinds of pressure for both of them.
僕は
Otherwise, there's nothing left. That's his identity.
おい、もう勝負はついた。
Dude, Wizard King, if you don't stop this.
何する気だ。消えろ。
Holy shit, that. Oh my god.
おい。
What the hell is happening? This is not just a match anymore.
試合なんて関係なし。やるよ。
よくもフィンラルを。
Yeah. That the Wizard King doesn't need to intervene.
僕を本気で怒らせたね。
許さん。
That is not Langris. Something's possessing him.
せえぞ。もう勝負は決まっただろ。
Oh, that's not what I expected at all from this match. Oh my god, this is so much more interesting. Alright, that episode delivered, and I have a hunch that there's a lot more to this than just a little brother rivalry. Let's talk about their family dynamics and more of what we saw, and then we'll jump into the main holy shit moment that happened where there seems to be a puppet master behind Langris. I don't know what trade he had with Eye of the Midnight Sun. I don't know how Vengeance is in the if he's in the know. The Wizard King definitely seems to be aware of it, and a whole bucket of worms later on. But let's just focus on this family dynamic. So initially during the episode, I did say that the parents are, you know, in a way to blame first and foremost, because he is the younger brother and he has been taught all this poison from a very young age, and we see that towards the end of the episode, right? Well, which I'll get to. But something interesting I realized from this whole thing is when you are born in a noble family and you see the two different paths your lives take with Finral and Langris, where Finral is the older brother. He's supposed to be the heir, you know, by default. He's supposed to be the one to marry the princess. I feel her name was Finnis, and he's not able to live up to that expectation. And so the father, I don't know when he married the when he had a second wife. I don't know what happened to the first wife. I don't remember. But the second mother, obviously, her son Langris, obviously she's gonna dote on him, even though she should be impartial to both of them and prop him up, and he seems to show talent, right? So the father, obviously the son, the noble house lord of family Vaude, is going to back him up and prop him up as well, and they both gang up on Finral, who obviously, I mean, he's going to seek shelter somewhere else, so he ventures out. You know, he avoids Langris, he avoids his family, and Langris is left under the influence of his parents. So the way their two paths diverge, it's not a cookie cut situation where Langris is the evil person and Finral, you know, is the victim. Finral has his own guilt moments where he should have been there for Langris, maybe try to, and he does do that later on, but you can only do so much, right? I don't blame Finral one bit. And in a way, I don't really blame Langris, because it's like, think of it like this: Langris, from the moment he was born, he is set up with even higher expectations. He is shown that you are so much better than your older brother. Imagine that, like the younger brother being propped up as being someone better than the older brother, and with that, there's no this innate nature of protecting the older brother. Normally, it's the older brother who has to protect the younger brother. So the younger brother, being inherently more selfish, you know, just eats that up. That happens in a lot of families, right? So obviously, he's going to be all high and mighty. the two people most important in his life are saying all kinds of praises. So the truth he forms in his mind is, I am better than my older brother. That is a truth. That is fact. That is irrefutable. And he's on top of the mountain, and all he sees, and I really loved that perspective at the towards the end, where he does feel this pressure in a different sense than Finral, that I am at the top of the mountain. I can only fail downwards. There's no higher success ladder for me, because I'm already going to be the head of the Vaude family. I'm already propped up so far high up, and I don't know how to climb down, because he has been. It's like you have been dropped from a helicopter right at the top of the mountain. You don't know how you got there, so you have no idea if you fall down what that even looks like. Whereas Finral is pushed at the bottom, and all he has is this mountain of a task that he has to climb up. He has to prove to everyone else. So both brothers, very different set of problems, and that comes into culmination. We see at the end, where Langris, he has done things, uh, forbidden things, to rise up to that occasion, right? And he harbors this jealousy, because if his parents are telling him that you are the best, then everyone else must also, right? And think about his other spheres of influence. When he joins the Golden Dawn, there is William Vengeance, right? Who also, because Langris is so talented, he becomes the vice captain, so he has his whole host of juniors who will obviously fear him and be loyal to him, and you know praise him as well. So everyone around him, near him, is all they're all singing his praises. That creates a very distorted image of oneself, and it's impossible to break that. We see this, the bud that plops up in the form of Finis, the first person who he is surprised, why are you doting on my older brother? I'm supposed to be the better one. Like, magic and power cannot buy everyone's love, right? And he sees that going forward, when Finral goes out, he interacts with more people, and Langris is insecure. He does show his insecurity. Why don't other people love me that way? Why is it always fear, or because of my standing? So that I really liked it. I was fearing that Langris would be like a mustache twirling super like a villain, like a, not mustache twirling, but you get the idea, a one-dimensional character, that yes, I am better than you, blah blah blah, whatever. So I like that. And you do see this, right? When he is in this scene right here, he is conflicted. Thoughts do come up to the surface about, Finral was, despite all that Finral has gone through, he still wants to believe in his brother. He still wants to be there for his brother, in some capacity. And let's talk about what Finral's natural course led him to. He joined the Black Bulls, and that was a godsend for him. The family that he never had, the family that accepts him wholeheartedly, even though when he was so much more incompetent, right? They don't judge him. It's quite the contrast, right? And it's interesting that I don't know whose memories we see the parents from. Either sometimes it's Finral, sometimes it's Langris, but I don't know whether it's a creative decision by the director, the mangaka. But it's so interesting that we don't see the parents' faces. Now I know that it happens in most of the Black Clover backstories, that we don't see the other details, because it's a headache to draw everyone's faces. But I like to believe in my canon that they don't really care about their parents. They don't show that importance to their parents. Finral, obviously, because he has been ousted and abused by his parents, obviously he's not going to respect them. And Langris, because he didn't get love. He got shouldered responsibility. He got a very sick, self-serving love from his parents. So I like that you don't get to see their parents' faces. They're not important, but they've done a lot of damage to both of them. And yeah, the Black Bulls were so supportive of Finral, even at the beginning, especially Venice. I love to see that. That's one of the core strengths of the Black Bulls, right? They are a character in and of themselves, right? As a group, they function very well. And even at the end, when he's lying down, you see that moment the moment Langris raises his hands, all three of them, Asta, uh, Luck, and Magna, they're all there. Everyone jumps into action. Obviously, they would. That's the great thing about found family stories. And Finral is an amazing character to explore that. Okay, let's talk about what the hell happened here, and then we'll talk about other small things that happened in this episode. But what the hell was this? What did Langris do off screen? And I love that this is such a shocking reveal to everyone. But the Wizard King seems to know about this. He had his suspicions. And William Vengeance, the most mysterious man in Black Clover, what is his connection to the Eye of the Midnight Sun and to the leader? Goddamn, that thing is not resolved. When I don't know how many episodes ago, but when what's his name, Yami confronted William on top of his tree, right? Show me your face. There was something there. There was a lot more there that was not revealed, and him being the vice captain and him being tied to Eye of the Midnight Sun, I have even more suspicions with William. But I wonder if this power, he was in cahoots with Eye of the Midnight Sun and he got this power after that, or is this something that just arises out of people? Right? Those are two very different things. Very two different implications. Like there is a possibility that there are some latent characters from where this power just arises, or but that's not possible, right? Because in all three examples that we got of the captains of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, they were a vessel. Like you take the case of Fana, right? She was tampered with and she became the vessel for the whatever that power was, that red dragon and all that. So something similar with Langris. He took this consciously, in like in full knowing full well what is happening, and that is the pressure that I'm assuming he was faced. He was backed into a corner. Like, I have to get better. I have to become more. I have to earn my title. And I'm giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt because I do want to believe. Just like Finral, I want to believe in Langris. And why is Finral lying on the ground with holes in his body is because he did not back down. He still wanted to believe that no, that is my little brother. He's not going to harm me, despite all that, despite all the evidence that there's something wrong. Okay, let's talk about this. These look very similar to the light arrows that the leader of the Midnight Sun, I don't know his name, throws. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, but it feels like there's a demonic, otherworldly voice coming from behind, from somewhere deep inside Langris. That's what this visual is supposed to be about. And something awakens, like his third eye might pop out right now. And his grimoire, I don't get a good look of his grimoire, but yeah, sounds like he's got a whole set of other spells that are drawing power from something completely different. Everyone is aware of it. This fight just went in a whole different direction, very interesting turn. So I'm really excited. I'm so glad I'm watching the next episode. What else? Yeah, some other things like Leopold having his own fight, and I like that the application of Mana Skin was brought in again in that room. But none of that really matters because the fight is over. The match doesn't even matter. There are bigger forces at play. The whole reason why they have this tournament arc is to fight either Midnight Sun, and one of them is right here. So, what the hell do we do about it? Is the tournament arc just over? I don't know. They could pull a Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, so let's see what's happening. I'm super excited. I hope that was a more structured review, deep dive of the episode. I'm trying to keep these thoughts more structured, more flow better, have my thoughts more organized. So hopefully, because I really want to do justice to these shows that I'm watching. I really want to add more value. So yeah, let's get into the obviously the fight. The animation was insane. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the entire new set of powers that Finral developed as a workaround for his ability to not be able to use attack spells, right? He talked about that. And him being so useful in an enemy camp, being able to send enemies here and there. And the Wizard King did talk about how this helps in subduing enemies without harming them. It speaks to Finral's kind nature. I forgot that point in the previous episode. Oh my god, those injuries are critical. Buddy, there are bigger sibling rivalries happening here. Something's afoot. Yeah, everyone's feeling it. I didn't want to speculate too much about what is happening because we're gonna get this in this episode, right? He's lost it. Yeah, that poison is feeding his whatever that thing is. Oh, that's how they launch themselves. That is the shot. He's not even aware of what's happening. No, we have defeated one of your kind if you are one of them. Man, the animation looks good. It really looks good. Thank you. With your chrono balls. Yeah. Buddy, you got problems. Oh. Jellyfish?
役にも立たないやつ、魔法騎士団の恥ですよ。てめえ、やっぱりやっちゃおう。強くたって魔法騎士じゃねえ。魔法騎士じゃない。
Man is insecure.
魔法で次のチームが試合する前にこいつらとの試合をさせてください。
No.
いや。
No. Whoa. You're out of turn. You're really out of turn here.
貴様。魔法で止めないんですか。
実戦でやめも始めも言う人はいないからね。続けるんだ。
Whoa.
初めて会った時から気に食わなかったんだ。最低最悪の魔法騎士団。黒の防御のアスター。気に食わなかったの。
Julius, my man. What are you trying to prove here? This is not good for your knights as a whole. But I guess he wants to see what comes out of this. Get it out of the way, right? Thank you. We are not barbarians here. And no killing. The semi-finals. I completely forgot about him. Golden time. Finral. No, oh my god, Finral is dying. The other guy. Wait, we are having the first semi-final even before the other quarterfinals? Am I missing the number of fights we have had?
準決勝 B チーム対 G チームそれぞれスタート位置にクリスタルを用意した。
Am I forgetting something? There's supposed to be another two teams fighting, right? I guess he's... This fight might as well have it. Get it out of the way. Wow, we just jumped into the next fight. What?
騎士団員同士で市場で衝突し合って勝ってやってバカなんじゃねえのかお前らは。お前だけどいいぜ
今のところあいつの方が全然ダメ。
Yes, we'll team up.
やってやるよクソチビ。
ラギルさん、どういうことですか？
This is not a 3v3. This is a 1v3. Well, that's the whole root of the problem. My man, you are not special.
無意識の裏切り。
Unconscious betrayal?
そう。これまでの
What
状況を
the
見る
hell?
に本人の自覚
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are we doing an AOT where we go in the past where everyone is already in the know?
そう。これまでの状況を見るに本人の自覚がなく白夜の魔眼側へ協力
Oh
して
yeah, yeah, we had a traitor.
そんなものが騎士団にいるような気がするんだ。
何らかの魔法で
And it wasn't the Purple Knight Orca's leader,
い
right?
や、魔法ではなく
Wow. A sleeping agent. Sleeper agent, yeah.
非常に己がマナを投じたとき、強力なマナを前にしたとき、人は本性が現れるはずだからね。
ですが
But not everyone participated. Not the captains.
やるんだ。
ランギルスがその無意識の裏切り者だというのですか？
Unconscious traitor.
魔法で一回戦の時みたいにクリスタルを守りながら敵のクリスタルに向かおう。ミモザ、
This match could evolve into something else completely.
ザクスは援護頼む。
If the Wizard King's hunch is right.
予定を変更しまして準決勝第1試合ザクス、ミモザ、アスタの B チーム対ランギルス
Back-to-back
セッケ
fights.
の G チーム試合開始。
お前がこっちのクリスタルにたどり着く前に僕がお前とクリスタルを壊せばいいんだな。
Okay, okay. Yeah, these are lethal.
回復魔法、姫湯の花衣。
Now we're talking about teamwork.
回復魔法が間に合わなくなる
This is the kind of pace I was hoping for.
そうなれ
No pause. Take back what you said. Man, your insecurity is... Holy shit.
国民を見捨てようとしたやつ
You're as brittle as glass.
仕方ない。国のために彼らには尊い犠牲になってもらおう。
Mm.
ふざけんな。できない。敵に勝つ力がなかったからだろうが。
The more he voices it out, the more obvious it is that he's telling it to himself.
最後まで勝ち続けた者が何もかも正しいんだよ。
What did your parents...
正しい。はあ？フィンラル先輩のためにも俺が勝つからだ。この戦いどうなるんですか？魔法で。
Asta has to send him over the edge, right? Make him use more of his power.
回復魔法が間に合わない。
状態の反動。筋肉と骨の
Ah,
激痛。
shit. This again.
ターバルが終わった。集中して気を巡らせねえと。この状況じゃどうあがいても無理。
We need a window.
だからザクス頼んだ。
バカ。誰が頼まれるか。
Can he do that?
俺はあいつが気に食わないからやるんだよ。
Can he actually deflect spatial magic?
で迷いなく構えてくれやがって。
Yeah. That is huge.
くせ。
Being nostalgic.
ゾラ、ゾラ。ただいま、ゾ
Oh, right, his name is Zora.
おかえり、父さん。
さんは明るい人だった。
Uh-huh.
くそ。
Oh, okay. That's where he learns his pranks from.
父さんはいたずら好きだった。
And now he is trying to be
かかったな、ゾラ。
the same.
そして子供のように笑う人。
Wow. Oh my god.
正義の
Oh my god.
ゾラさんだ。
He left an impression on him.
俺が作った人形だ。
Guess your dad is not around anymore. That's why you picked up all these peculiarities.
今日も平和を守ってくるぜ。
Look at this wholesome and supportive father. Learn something. Langris.
ザラは下民で初めての魔法騎士。父の姿が彼の目には眩しかった。そして魔法騎士になった父を彼は誇りに思っていた。
But that is just the starting line.
とんでもない人と一緒になってな。俺も俺の持てる力で 俺が守れるもの全部守る。
Hmm.
それが魔法騎士だよな。
Very noble, very idealistic.
自分が死んじゃって何をどうやって守るんだ。
Tree is withered.
俺はシオンのシャチの魔法騎士。
くせに魔法騎士ずらして戦場をうろちょろするから仲間に後ろから撃たれるんだよ。いや、
Huh?
そもそも下民が我々貴族と仲間などとずうずうしいのだ。
Oh, that is a hurricane of emotions for the kid. Assume more or less that was the situation.
とっとと一番高い酒持ってこ。
It's kind of a more
調子に乗った
distilled version of, well, not the same thing, but it is the whole theme of nobility versus a peasant. Those who have to work versus those who are born into it.
魔法騎士ども。
And there marches the hero.
あんたたちの邪魔します。
なんだてめえ。
Wow, I cannot see him like this now, knowing how he looks and how he really is. You know, he is very shy and timid, not timid, introverted. Passing out vigilante justice. The world of the nobility is his enemy, especially the Magic Knight. And he goes after the purple orcas here.
様は遠征から戻られたばかりでお疲れだ。夜なババア。
I mean, it's a tale as old as time, but still pretty interesting, never fails.
追い先短い命。団長の
And that's why he, other than insulting the nobles after they're down, ridicules them for their perceived, for the perception that they are so much superior because of their magic. Well, where's your magic now, right? Because I defeated you. He would love Asta.
お前らなんか父さんの夢見た魔法騎士じゃね
Wow. That's a guttural scream. Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, that episode flew by. Alright, let's talk about episode 81. Another amazing episode. I swear if Black Clover keeps delivering like this, it's probably not gonna happen, but let's eat while we're still eating good. Okay, so clearly two different events happened in this episode. Let's talk about the first one, finishing off from what we were discussing in the last episode. Very interesting position that the Wizard King has found himself in. He seems to be privy of what was going on, and he lets it slide, obviously because he's trying to root out what's actually happening, which is, in his words, unconscious betrayal, like a sleeper agent. So really giving Langris the yardstick of what do you say, benefit of doubt. I would like to believe so, and from what we have seen, it definitely seems to be something more that's stirring beneath Langris, something that the Eye of the Midnight Sun has chosen to exploit, and I'll talk about it. Let's talk about it right now. From what we have seen from the three captains of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, each of them harbors a very distinct emotion that really feeds on them, that really drives their mana. And this is very different from all the other things that we know about what powers mana. I mean, resolve does power it, practice, experience, all that, but this very raw emotion, and they're named after these emotions, right? Despair, hatred, and I forget the third one, but the one who can disguise his face. And here, could it be pride, arrogance, jealousy against his brother? I don't know what's feeding him, but that seems to be the drive. I was really expecting him to pop open his third eye, but thankfully that didn't happen. And I was really surprised that Julius Novacrona, the Wizard King, let them fight. And for a second I was like, oh, that's very bold. That's very unbecoming of you as a person who is in a position of power, but he stopped them and laid out the rules that you have to fight in a proper match. And I liked how he bend the rules a bit and start the first semifinals, because that will still happen, right? So solves both situations at the same time, because if he let them uh, not fight, so to speak, and let them simmer off, that was not going to solve the situation. So I like that he gives them both the wide berth. Okay, your blood is boiling, go and fight, but with rules. And how did he come to the hunch that there is someone who is unconsciously betraying? Um, where was this? Right. And why did he think that they would show up in the match? Where is this? Yeah, here. Because he's so certain that it's not one of the captains, and not everyone participated, right? Very, very few people participated, because there's around 12, 13 Magic Knight squads, each with several members. So, why the suspicions on only these select members? I really want to know. Maybe it's an oversight, but why was he so sure that it would be one of the participants? Is it because they're going to the Eye of the Midnight Sun's base, and so one of them has to be it because he has to accompany them to thwart their plans? Could be it. Also, I don't know how does the shapeshifter fit into this. The one who can disguise himself. You saw that one. We saw that one scene, right, before the Purple Orca Knight was nabbed, that he had disguised himself as someone, and he just left the audience as a fourth wall break. That guess who I was masquerading as. So I don't know. That thing still hasn't been resolved. Uh, yeah. So we are getting that fight. Also, something interesting popped in my head. As the episodes are going by, we see more of the rivalry between the Black Bulls and the Golden Dawn on in very different contexts. One is with and Asta, the childhood friends, the brotherly brotherly rivalry to one up each other to become stronger together. It's the backbone of most shonen. But then you have Yami and William Vengeance, a very disturbing set of questions posed by Yami against William, suspicions there. And then you have Finral and Langris, again, very different circumstances. I don't know what this is going to build up to, and where Arslan will stand. Will it be more than just rivalry? and and I can't believe I didn't mention it till now, but Golden Dawn and Midnight Sun, um, there's not much relating to them, but kind of similar names, similar ideas. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I'm just plucking at any thread to view out a crazy theory. Some cool lines spoken in the first half. There was a king talking about when you're going after your opponent who is one of your comrades' throats, you have issues deeper than that, run deeper than trust, and he kind of gives a knowing smile to uh, Langris, as if I see you, I see what's happening. And then Langris obviously touting the idea that results are everything. The one who wins at the end is the one who's right. The power is might is right, basically. And then we expertly weave into Xerxes' backstory, and this is a very good, I would say, a good example of how to weave in someone's backstory and how to switch the tension from between two different characters to a third character. So we seamlessly switched from Finral and Langris' rivalry in a context of brothers and their past histories, to Zerx, or should I say Zora and Langris once again, but in a completely different context of nobility versus the oppressed. And that was done brilliantly, and the right opportunity to put the backstory, which has built some context, and we have been asking, what is Zora's backstory, and that enhancing the current scene, and him chanting, you people, I will make trouble for you. So this was a good example. This was good writing. I have to give credit to the mangaka and also the studio. This was done very well. So yeah, let's dive into Zora's backstory. Uh, on the surface, it seemed like, a cheerful father who got into the ranks of the what is the Magic Knights and the politics, and he was just at the starting line. Just becoming a Magic Knight does not dissolve you of your history and who you are. You're still gonna be a peasant, no matter how far you climb, unless you climb to the vice captain, or the Wizard King role. Until that, at that point, you kind of transcend the peasant label. I'm assuming, but and he got killed, and that's what uh, feeds his need for revenge against the whole world of nobility. But it's more than that, because of the context of what Black Clover is set in. And I like how we keep coming back to this theme of nobility versus the peasants, and I really want to see how that translates into the whatever I have the Midnight Sun and the elves, of a bygone age. What are they fighting against the Clover Kingdom for? So that is still front and center as the main theme of the story. And this is just another addition to that whole boiling pot at this point. So yeah, let's talk about this. It's not just a father son dynamic, and he is, because in the context of Langris and Finral's story, this is a this is a good place to position a family that is wholesome. The father is very supportive of his son. He even creates a doll in his image to try and still these ideals with inside his son, not just of protecting the weak, what a Magic Knight is supposed to stand for, but also when he's back home, he shows more of his character. Either pranking him or telling him to be more bold, more outgoing, and that's what he talks about this character, right? This character is a prankster. He fights for the rights of the people. He is very charismatic, and that is what Zora dawns on later. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I like those small additions. And obviously, what we see here is, if you have seen Haikyuu, I don't know why it reminded me of, but if you know Tsukishima and his brother, and if you know what that whole thing was, that you are shown something, you are told something about a perception of what you should have about the Magic Knights, and it just gets broken, it just gets shattered, and this is not the truth, right? And what that does to you as a person. I felt like that's where it was going, but no, he was a competent Magic Knight. He was the first. He was one of the first. I'm assuming he was one of the first. He can't be the first. First, maybe from his area and from what they know in the history books. But the first Magic Knight, he did not admit defeat, similar to Asta. I wonder what Zora's opinions are on Asta, because I had this theory that Zora obviously hates nobility and Magic Knight, especially because they betrayed the trust and all the stuff that his father had taught him from a very young age, kind of similar to Langris. At that age, whatever your parents teach you, they become ingrained in your minds. You carry that with you your whole life. So when he sees Asta, does he get reminded of his father, who does not back down? And we did see that flashback, right, when Asta does succeed, and he just wins Zora over despite all that. He wants to hate Asta. He wants to hate Asta because he's a Magic Knight, but he is just like his father. And he calls him stupid. When similar to what he says to his father, that if you're dead, how can you protect people? So I thought that they might go for the angle of you were too weak, and he might resent Asta similarly, but maybe that's not it. And he reorients his anger towards the nobility, because as he's remembering his father, he does talk about he did work harder than everyone, and that's shown in Zora's eyes. Brief mention of Julius, obviously, shining example of meritocracy. So yeah, this backstory works extra well because of what we saw. Completely different, dark contrast to Langris's parents were assholes. Asshole being a light word. He got backstabbed. That's the sad thing, right? Even if, as a peasant, a rarity, you join the Magic Knights, you're not commended for all that you've gone through, but you're still seen as uh, someone who does not belong there. And we see that with Asta. So obviously, Asta being the exception, even amongst the Magic Knights, him being a true talent versus someone who barely made it, who, despite their best efforts, is not exceptional, right? So imagine the kind of treatment he'll get, and all the politics. I mean, they're doomed to fail, or, as in his situation, backstabbed or forgotten, and that's a really sad thing. It is not a meritocracy. Even if you get in there, you're 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 neck deep in water all the time. That is why he will not accept the way things are with the Magic Knights, and it is up to Julius, the Wizard King. Obviously, he can't change everything within a single lifetime, but he is going to hold him also accountable. And we see that when he first gets introduced, right? Zora first gets introduced to us. He scoots over to the Wizard King's side, kind of is all chummy buddy buddies with him, kind of really cementing what he thinks about this whole farce of you know them being the Magic Knights and what this stands for. So that makes a lot more sense now. And these two idiots really driving home the point that they're really evil. Uh, sometimes Black Clover is just not subtle with its message. But then we get into a very chilling montage of, this example, the same two people, and then him saying, I'm about to get in your way. Like, I'm going to make life difficult for you guys wherever you are. I'm going to dish out my own brand of justice. And all of you, right? All of you, I'm going to judge with the same uh, yardstick. This was very cool. This was very cool. Kind of showcasing where all he has been. Is kind of the Robin Hood sort of, and he has to be powerful, right? And he has to be cunning, because going against the nobility, he has to be scheming. He has to have underhanded tactics. Not the kind of fighter probably that his father was. So I don't know if his father was alive. I'm sure he must be wondering, if his father was alive to see him, would he be proud of him? And then it culminates in this amazing scene where we finally see Zora's true emotions here. This insane scream. Like, this is Zora. Like, so far he has been playing this cool character, this conniving prankster, but this is the emotions raging inside him, and it's directed towards Langris. This was amazing. I really want to see the next episode. Amazing episode, very very well written. Um, but yeah, that's about it for this one. I think I might have to separate these two episodes, because they're touching on such different stories. I don't want to club them under a single video. I might post it one after the other. Let's see. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think writing down notes and speaking from that really helps. So yeah, let me know if this is an improvement from before. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Bye.